guys, Taylor here, and today I am going to be making a Doctor Who video. I don't really know if I've talked about it on this channel before, but I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. So I owe that to Sam. She's the one that convinced me to start watching it, and that was one of the best decisions I've ever made because it's absolutely fantastic. Today's video is going to be 5 reasons why Christopher Eccleston, who is the 9th Doctor, is completely overlooked just like all the time. And that really frustrates me. So if you are a Doctor Who fan, you kind of know that whoever your first Doctor is kind of always is really special to you because that's kind of what started you on the whole thing. And for me, I did start with Christopher Eccleston. So Christopher Eccleston I'm a big fan of Christopher Eccleston. He's fantastic. So the first reason I feel like he's always overlooked is because he was the first Doctor when the show got renewed. Because Doctors 1 through 8 was from a while back, and so the show kind of died down for a while. And then when Christopher Eccleston came back in, it was just kind of like he was the starting point. And by the time that it really took off, I think was probably when David Tennant took over. And don't get me wrong with this video, I love David Tennant and I love Matt Smith. They're both fantastic. But I just feel like Christopher Eccleston is always kind of just pushed to the side when people talk about the Doctors. So, that's why I feel the first reason, because he kind of was the one that started it. But if someone as talented as Christopher Eccleston hadn't started Doctor Who back up, I don't think it would be continuing on into a 12th Doctor now. So, that's reason 1. Reason 2 is because I feel like a lot in this, he only had 1 season. All the other Doctors, David Tennant had 4 seasons? 3 or 4 seasons? And Matt's been on for a while too. Christopher Eccleston only had 1 season. So you kind of watch season 1 and then you go into season 2 with David Tennant and then season 5 with Matt, and you kind of forgotten about Christopher Eccleston by this point, which is really sad because he was fantastic and he started this whole thing. And so I think that's another reason why people kind of overlook him. Reason 3 is because one of the big parts of the Doctor Who fandom is the Doctor and Rose. Now, if it wasn't for Christopher Eccleston, there would be no Doctor and Rose because he's the one that met her. So, I think that because their relationship isn't really elaborated on until, David Tennant's era as the Doctor. That's when their relationship's really solidified. It's touched upon with Christopher Eccleston, but not as much as it is with David Tennant. And so I feel like people are quick to jump to the whole Rose and the David Tennant thing. So I feel like that's another reason. Reason 4, he doesn't have a cool catchphrase. I mean, his catchphrase, which is fantastic, is pretty good. But if you compare it to David Tennant's catchphrase of Alan Z or Matt's catchphrase of Geronimo, it's kind of just it doesn't have the same quality to it that theirs do, that is kind of used all over the place. And then reason 5 why I feel like Christopher Eccleston is always overlooked, and this is a big one and I think this is a really important one, he doesn't have cool hair like Matt and David do. I think that's part of the reason David Tennant is so popular, because if you've seen his hair as a Doctor, it's pretty great. Yeah, that's pretty great. And Matt's is too. And then you got Christopher Eccleston, and I mean, just I don't know, Christopher Eccleston was always more serious than David Tennant and Matt were as the Doctor. So, yeah. I really do like Christopher Eccleston, though. I was really upset when he regenerated into David Tennant. You can ask Sam. I refused to watch anything with David Tennant in it after Christopher Eccleston left Doctor Who when I was watching it, because I was just that upset, and I was just well, I'm done watching the show if Christopher Eccleston's not the Doctor anymore. And then, of course, I started watching season 2, and I was just oh, David Tennant, he's pretty great. And then I did the same thing when he regenerated into Matt Smith, and I was I'm not watching this if David Tennant's not in it. And now I'm oh, Matt, he's pretty great, and I'll probably do the same thing when the special comes out and Matt regenerates, and that's going to be really awful. I just can't, I don't think I can do it. So, that is my 5 reasons why I feel like Christopher Eccleston is always overlooked, which is completely stupid. So, to all of my Doctor Who fans out there, I wish you the best of luck when the 50th anniversary special comes out next month. I will probably have a video up about that when it gets closer. I'm going to be an emotional wreck because I usually am. And David Tennant's going to be back in it with Billie Piper, and that's always emotional. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any other reasons you think Christopher Eccleston is overlooked, or if you've got reasons why you actually think he should be overlooked, because I know a lot of people that really don't like him, you should tell me in the comments. I would appreciate that, and I will see you guys next Friday. So, bye guys!